Greetings and shalom. So today we're going to be looking at this book. It's called The Image of the Blacks in Western Art, number 2, from the early Christian era to the Age of Discovery, part 2, Harvard. Now they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Now our people were in all land masses. That's why we must realize that the Negro is indigenous to all land mass. Negro is not synonymous with just Africa. We have to realize that and grasp that with our understanding of certain things and concepts. Now we're going to turn to page 46. And right here, they show the numbers and the illustration. We're going to start with 46, and it states, "Envoys of the Antichrist preaching before the kings of Libya and Ethiopia, Antichrist." It also states, number 47, "King of the Moors submitting to the Antichrist." Okay. Now, when we zoom up on both of these images, you're going to see something quite interesting. Maybe that's why this book is worth $4,000, because, of course, with the nonsense that goes on in our modern society, back then our ancestors knew who the Antichrists were, because the scripture says there were many Antichrists. Christ or Christos just means anointed, like you're anointed with oil, olive oil, and so forth. But these people that are quote unquote head of these biblical institutions, churches, and 501(c)(3)s, they're not the kingly priest. Only the Israelites are the priests, the men. When you zoom in, you also see the halo that's around this Antichrist figure. Now we know in today's world, this is the image that's plastered around, the whole world. This is what the world loves, this image, this false image right here of Caesar Borgia. And it also states in scriptures that the word was only given to Jacob, meaning what? The other nations did not know the Most High and his judgments. That's according to Psalms 147, 19 and 20. This is why the heathen or the Caucasian or the wild man, etc., had to bastardize the scriptures. This is why they make movies like 12 Years of a Slave and them holding the Bible. They're not supposed to be teaching it to us. This is our law, history, and prophecy. We're the ones that taught them, believe it or not. Right here, we're going to be looking at this book right here. It's called The Old Testament Pseudepigrapha, Volume 1, Apocalyptic Literature and Testaments. Okay, I haven't looked at this book in a long time. But as you can see, I took notes whenever I was reading this book. Right here. Okay, Antichrist, virgin birth, which was never canon in the scriptures. Okay. See if I can find it. Should be in here. Right here, the Antichrist, Jesus Christ, the white man, aka the wild man. Okay. The Antichrist, like we just seen in that illustration. "And they led me away to the north, and I saw a man there restrained with iron bars. And I asked, 'Who is this?' And he said to me, 'This is the one who says, I am the Son of God, and he who made stones bread and water wine.' And the prophet said, 'Make known to me what sort of appearance he has, and I will inform the race of men, lest they believe in him.' And he said to me, 'The appearance of his face is as of a wild man.'" Now we know what the wild man looks like, right? His right eye is like a star rising at dawn, and the other is unmoving. His mouth is 1 cubit, his teeth are a span long, his fingers like scythe. The soles of his feet 2 span, and on his forehead an inscription, Antichrist. He was exalted up to heaven. He will descend as far as Hades. One time he will be a child, another an old man. And the prophet said, 'Lord, how do you permit the race of men to stray?' And the Most High said, 'Hear my prophet. He becomes a child and an old man, and let no one believe him that he is my beloved son. Okay. And here's a couple precepts. But you get the emphasis of what I'm trying to make, a valid point, that the image that we see, that is the quote-unquote Antichrist, or the devil. Okay. Especially when you drive around certain places in America, these institutions and schools, it's a mass deception.